So we start with an exciting collection of some goodies. We have ordered some tools that are going to be useful to help speed things up. A 13mm drill bit, adapters and 90-degree drill adapter. I then charged my new Fogstar battery to make sure that's nice and healthy, and then we got straight to work. So we still don't have the weather we need to be able to commit to drilling holes in the ceiling or drilling hole walls for the windows, so we went straight on to working on the bed again and basically continued where we left off. It was now time to focus on the third and final beam so we can get the bed complete. So now we have our new 13mm drill bit. We could drill the holes nice and easy, put the rivet nut in, and then we're good to go. I have been criticised for over-engineering, and maybe that is the case, but I just want to triple make sure that it's not going to fall while I'm sleeping. I feel like it's better to over-engineer than under-engineer. So what I'm doing here, as you can see, I have two pieces of wood stuck together in a 90-degree angle, and then I have an extra piece of wood underneath just to give it that little extra support. So in total, I have 3 M10s holding it all together. Let me know in the comments on what you think of the structure I've built and if you think it will be strong enough. So now I'm just adding the bracket, and then it was time to move on to the other side. So I do the same process as the other side. I try and match it up by eye. I know there's probably better ways of making sure it's all level, but I felt fairly confident that with a couple of millimeters out, I think it will be fine. But maybe I'll regret that later. So just a quick reminder on how I'm doing this. I'm drilling an 11mm hole through the wood and marking the metal. Once the metal is marked, I then get the 30mm drill and drill the hole. The reason I don't drill the 13mm all the way through the wood is I don't want the bolt to be too loose. As remember, M10s are actually around 10mm, believe it or not. What I did notice once I put this support on the wall was it was actually a little bit wonky. So what I did to counter this is I put the bracket on a slant to straighten it up. So even though the bracket might look wonky, it is actually done on purpose to level it back out. Now that the next beam is on, I was now trying to drill the holes to add another barrier. This should then hold the slats in place and not allow them to fall out. Now this is nearly finished. The final part of this was to get the slats on and cut the slats down to size. I only need to cut one slat on each side to make sure it fits. Cutting the slats does obviously mean that they lose their spring, but it's only one slat either side, so I'm happy with that. You see the way it rocks slightly? That is why I have the rivets for the screws to go into the wall. So each side is going to be bolted into the wall on the top layer as well. In each of these, which will stop that little bit of movement like that. But apart from that, in terms of the actual downwards weight, it feels absolutely solid. There we go. No support underneath in the center. It means I've got all of that space underneath. Aircon unit's gonna go there. All the electrics are gonna go on there. They are quite secure, but it doesn't take much to get for them to fall out. I want to basically put something on there. I've got plates, maybe put a plate on there, just simply to hold it down, so it doesn't come up like when driving and stuff. Take these off, put washers on them to give them a bit more security. Rivets in there, and then there's going to be like screws that go right through into the rivet just to hold the bed from that movement. Because like it's solid going downwards, like literally that's not going anywhere. Obviously this movement over time could be like annoying and be an issue. That is my custom made bed. We've got to build another one of them to go the other side. So you're wondering what this is just because the wall is going to be on that up to there, but where I wanted the extra leg room and headroom, we've got one of these each side. Different insulations going behind there, and not the boards, but just making the point. They will be insulated behind there. I feel like overall that was a successful day, and while I was packing up, I was live streaming. And we spoke about the motorhome show that was in Birmingham in the NEC. So tomorrow's video we will be covering the motorhome show. This should give myself and any of you guys converting some inspiration.
I have my TV up there.
Although it sounds like I already know what I want. But thanks again for the support, and I'll see you tomorrow for the big video.